Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel.
Всем привет, дорогие друзья, меня зовут Дмитрий, продолжаем проходить игру Blues and Bullets на том моменте, вернее, с того момента, на котором мы остановились. Боже мой.
Is that our man?
Boccherini.
My God.
We have to find out who did this and why. Let's go.
You're the detective, Mr. Ness. Besides, Alfonso will want to see this. I'll be right back.
All right.
Господи, тут все в крови, вообще не знаю, что с этим делали.
Boccherini died. Maybe the body parts can shed some light on the motive.
Соберите факты на доске расследований. Окей. С чего начнем?
Holy Christ, what the hell are we up against?
Офигеть.
His eyes were pulled clean out of their sockets. Whoever did this, it wasn't their first time. And if they committed any other murders like this, it's likely that the police found some of the bodies. I must remember to ask Alice. His teeth were all pulled out before he was killed. The buildup of blood inside his mouth speaks for itself.
Новая улика. Так, что мы здесь еще увидим? Блин, господи, я не могу, честно. Это вообще трындец. Стоп, здесь что такое?
Pity he won't last till Christmas, because he'd almost pass for a tree.
Он
There's
еще...
no doubt the murderer took his time.
Он еще успевает шутить. Молодец. Господи.
This isn't a cut, it's a tear. His hands were ripped off. Who has that kind of strength?
Офигеть. Это что такое?
Once he got stuck in there, looks like the bottom of a glass. It's Boccherini, no doubt about that. Although the one I remember was more together.
Новая улика. Таб-доска. Что у нас тут? Нити. Выбрать. Интересно, посмотрим, что вообще здесь такое.
Boccherini's teeth were all pulled out. What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Boccherini's back.
Что такое? Нет, да?
The murderer tore Boccherini's hands off. Hands ripped off, teeth torn out. I guess I'll have to rule out criminal intent or a personal angle. Boccherini's eyes still haven't shown up. What if I look for whatever was used to remove them? What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Boccherini's back.
Не хочешь, да? Охренеть, ладно, продолжаем искать дальше улики. Здесь мало приятного, честно. Место такое. Реально, место кровища.
Takes a strong man to tear that out. Or several.
Тут по всему дому все в крови.
Jammed shut from the inside. Maybe between the two of us when Milton gets back.
Так, и здесь что?
Blood and some kind of sticky liquid.
Случайно не ложкой ли выдернули ему глаза? Офигеть.
Oh shit. I should have stayed in my diner.
Какого? Охренеть. Там что-то зажато по-любому.
these teeth from the body? Well, at least I know why his teeth were pulled out, more or less.
Так, это все понятно. Это какое-то ритуальное убийство.
What is that? Looks like a ritual. What was Boccherini mixed up in?
Явно ни в чем хорошем. Явно. Так, давайте еще соберем. Соберем улики здесь. Конечно, я вижу, что машина уже в крови. Ну, давайте посмотрим на нашу доску.
A teaspoon stained with blood and some kind of sticky liquid. The mixture of sticky liquid and blood can only mean one thing. The spoon was used to remove Boccherini's eyes. The mutilations and the disappearance of his eyes suggest two possible motives. Psychopathy or cultist fanaticism. Which is it? Some kind of symbol drawn in blood.
Так, и еще какую-то улику.
A sick altar of human flesh. Although I don't know the origin of the symbol in the bathroom and the altar of flesh and teeth, I'd say the motive was some kind of occult religion. The big question is, who did it?
Да, кто, интересно, сделал это? Меня тоже это очень волнует.
I have to establish how Boccherini died. Hands ripped off, teeth torn out. I guess I'll have to rule out criminal intent or a personal angle. The mixture of sticky liquid and blood can only mean one thing. The spoon was used to remove Boccherini's eyes. Although I don't know the origin of the symbol in the bathroom and the altar of flesh and teeth, I'd say the motive was some kind of occult religion.
Давай-ка наверх, не хочешь? Ладно, пока улик больше у нас нету. Смотрим, что здесь.
This car looks too classy for a forger like Boccherini. Are there sufficient reasons to believe that when the murderer attacked Boccherini, there was someone else in the house? The first possibility to be ruled out is that the car belonged to Boccherini.
Потом все посмотрим. Давайте сначала изучим вообще улики в этой машине.
Let's take a look in the glove compartment. Bingo.
Кстати, вот что интересно...
A man's cigarette case.
Ага, потом откроем его. Что интересно, кстати, заметьте, он все лапает без перчаток. Там какие нафиг перчатки? Просто если вот каких-то 40-х, 50-х, по-моему, дактилоскопии вообще не было. То есть это отпечатки пальцев. Можно было просто так лапать всякие улики. Там все это было как-то сложнее найти убийцу там или преступника. Ну, то есть преступника было сложнее найти. Еще играя в игру LA Noir, там тоже они про отпечатки пальцев они такого не знали. То есть там все как-то по-другому расследование происходило. И не то, что сейчас. В принципе, здесь тоже. Какие нафиг отпечатки пальцев? Может быть, я что-то путаю, ошибаюсь. Напишите в комментариях. Будет очень здорово прочитать про это. Что во всем об этом думаете. Ну ладно, давайте посмотрим, собственно, что мы здесь имеем. Так, ага. Здесь можно открыть. Что это такое? Сигаретка, да?
One of the Boccherini clan?
Новая улика. Здесь не пройдем.
Vermont plates. Someone drove a long way.
Значит, машина не его. Ну, а с другой стороны, нафиг ее здесь оставлять. Так, давайте посмотрим, что мы сейчас имеем. А, вот так, да, убирается? Ага, теперь здесь смотрим. Нет. Тоже не поддается никакому.
A car with Vermont plates.
И вот
The
это.
initials OB on a cigarette case. 1. It has Vermont plates. 2, it's too luxurious for a criminal of his standing. 3, the initials on the cigarette case don't match his name. The next possibility that needs to be ruled out is that the car was stolen. There should be evidence that there was someone else in the house. The lamp.
Нет. Вот вряд ли даже смотреть нечего. Пойдемте дальше искать улики. У нас есть еще одна комната, которая идет, по-моему, дальше. Здесь наш друг был когда-то живым. Не, ну вообще тут не дом, просто... Тело перетаскивали.
The evidence suggests that the events began in the lounge. How did Boccherini encounter his murderer? Whatever crushed the table must have been really heavy, or maybe it was thrown extremely hard.
Наверное, там грохоту было, когда вот это все происходило. По-любому. Ладно, изучаем дальше.
A perfectly circular dent, as if someone had tried to hammer in a gigantic bolt, around 4 inches in diameter.
Так, стакан. Стакан в спине у него. В боку, верней. Это что такое? Его тащили? Да вообще тут... Наручные часы.
Did it break during the struggle, or was it already broken? What kind of person takes off a wristwatch without unfastening it? Or fastens the strap again after taking it off? Blood. Blood everywhere.
Что мы тут еще имеем?
This was opened recently.
Ну, ребят, будем называть все своими именами. Это Джек Дэниелс. Однозначно.
Smells of whiskey.
1500 за бутылку. 0,5. Если быть точным.
Glass on the floor indicates the window was broken from outside. There's something under there. How did it wind up under there?
Пипец, вот это да.
Not one round fired. It must have happened fast.
Здесь еще одна комната. Это что такое?
What is it with Italians and olives? They lap those things up like caviar.
Честное слово, не знаю.
Like a true bachelor, he should have put these into soak. Hours of scraping to get them clean. Although at this stage, I don't think Boccherini's too worried about that.
Стоп, 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 стоп.
4 glasses. 2 of water, 2 of wine.
Может быть, девушка у него была здесь?
I've always been a whiskey man, but I know a good wine when I see one.
1952 год. Ну, собственно, да, действительно, как и L.A. Noir тоже не было. А в это время, по-моему, еще отпечатков пальцев. То есть как-то они особо не парились по поводу этого.
Leftover lasagna, and it looks good. Why is it that 2 out of 3 Italian gangsters are great cooks? I'll never understand what the deal is with them in cooking. The plates and the glasses leave no room for doubt. Boccherini had company for dinner.
Хорошие повара. Да потому что они любят пожрать. Коротко и ясно, любят просто пожрать натурально. Но у них хороший обмен веществ. Ножа не хватает.
One knife's missing, the biggest one.
Как обычно.
Shut from the inside. It opens onto the same room as the jammed door in the corridor.
Ну что, давайте попытаемся вообще теперь разобраться, собственно, в наших хитросплетениях, в наших уликах. Будем применять, смотреть, не знаю.
The next possibility that needs to be ruled out is that the car was stolen. There should be evidence that there was someone else in the house. Dirty plates, glasses, and silverware from a dinner for two. The dirty dishes and glasses prove that Boccherini ate lasagna with one other person. Was Boccherini's guest still in the house when the murderer showed up? A broken whiskey glass found in the dining room. Two pools of blood, one on either side of the dining room table.
Нет.
The trail of blood from the dining room to the hall.
Нет, тоже это все улики отпадают.
What looks like the bottom of a broken glass buried in Boccherini's back. It seems clear that Boccherini and his guest were drinking when the murderer took them by surprise. The real question is, what happened to the witness? Did they escape? Did the murderer take them? Or are they still in the house?
Я предполагаю, что это вот, кстати, есть.
It opens onto the same room as the locked door in the kitchen. A door in the kitchen, locked from the inside. It opens onto the same room. One locked door could be a coincidence, but two locked doors which open onto the same room can't be. Either I'm completely wrong, or the witness is in that room. But I need Milton to open one of those doors.
Так, с этим мы разобрались. Теперь здесь.
The lamp, torn off its brackets and blocking the stairs.
Нет.
The trail of blood from the dining room to...
Так, а что мы вообще здесь изучаем?
Encounter his murderer. Pieces of glass from the window in the hall, found inside the house. Two pools of blood.
Нет.
The trail of blood from the dining room to the...
Тоже нет,
An
бесполезно.
open bottle of whiskey.
Да.
A broken table, scratched and covered in blood.
Нет, да?
A pistol, fully loaded. I'd say Boccherini was drinking in the dining room when his assailant burst in through the window. Boccherini pulled his gun, but the murderer disarmed him before he could shoot. Where did the torture begin?
Начались пытки где?
A blood-stained wristwatch, with a glass broken and the strap fastened. Two pools of blood, one on either side of the dining room table. The trail of blood from the dining room to the hall.
Мы прям почти отличные детективы.
Scratched and covered in blood. The bloodstains show that the murderer began to torture Boccherini on the dining table itself. That was where his hands were torn off. As a result, his wristwatch fell to the ground. How did the body reach its current position? The trail of blood from the dining room to the hall.
И еще одна улика.
Torn off its brackets and blocking the stairs. Boccherini, already minus hands, was dragged into the hall, where the murderer used the brackets of the lamp to complete his macabre diorama.
Все, осталось нам только открыть двери. Две двери.
Mr. Ness, can you open the door for me?
Господи, я думал, тут пришел. Милтон бы просто так вошел бы, да и все. Кстати, а Милтона, если кто помнит, звали доктора из игры Шорох.
I thought I should use the doorbell so I wouldn't startle you.
When I came in, I pressed the doorbell and it didn't work.
Well, in light of the facts, I deduced that it was your finger that wasn't working.
А, кстати, да, действительно, звонок-то не работал.
So, what can you tell me to restore my faith in you as a detective?
What is that?
Not a good start. It's a camera so Alphonse can see all this.
All right. Follow me. Boccherini had company for dinner. Someone from Vermont with the initials OB. Someone whose social status was a lot higher, but who was on the same side of the law. He served lasagna, and after clearing away the dishes, they opened a bottle of whiskey in the dining room. That was when the murderer burst in on them, coming through the window which he broke with his own body weight. Boccherini, or maybe his guest, pulled a gun, but it was a waste of time. The murderer was so fast he was disarmed before he could fire. He focused his attention on Boccherini, totally ignoring the guest, and lifted him up into the air. He then threw him against the dining room table so hard that one of the glasses of whiskey was embedded in Boccherini's back. He span around, clawing at the table, and immediately afterwards the murderer ripped off his hands. I have no idea how he did it, but all the evidence suggests he just pulled. Blood sprayed everywhere. The wristwatch fell to the ground. He dragged him through the corridor into the hall. He tore down the lamp, hung him from the brackets, and stabbed steel rods through his body. He skewered him on the iron bars, possibly taken from the fence outside, and pulled out his teeth one by one. Then he pulled his teeth out one by one as he died. Finally, he scooped out his eyes with a teaspoon. Boccherini must have been dead when the murderer went to the bathroom with his hands in his teeth. There, he arranged them to make an altar, weaving the fingers together and placing the teeth inside. Next, he painted something on the wall in blood, a symbol which I don't recognize, but which could have some kind of ritualistic significance. When he'd finished his artwork, he left. I don't know what he did with the eyes.
You're telling me that someone did all this armed with a teaspoon?
More or less.
And you worked all this out on your own, just by looking?
More or less.
I don't know which of the two of you scares me more. Wait a second. What about the guest?
Right. Come with me.
Давай, блин, уже открывай дверь. Мне уже не терпится узнать, что там за этой дверью. Ага.
Nothing.
Пусто.
Turns out Mr. Untouchable isn't infallible. But you were close. Congratulations.
This must be Boccherini's office. Let's take a quick look around.
All yours.
Интересно, что он все-таки с глазами сделал? Чтение.
You're at a crime scene, and you sit down to read?
Titus Andronicus. One of the actors on the Hindenburg lent it to me. They're performing it soon. You couldn't ask for more appropriate reading material. Murder, mutilation, torture. Shakespeare's got it all.
Boccherini.
We've lost the only lead we had to help us find Sophia Capone.
You think Boccherini's murder could be related?
Maybe. It's hard to say.
Тюрьма.
Why'd you go to jail?
For murder, but...
You didn't do it, of course.
Of course I did it, but I didn't intend to.
Такой вот здоровый мужик у нас тут. Мне что-то напоминает Джона Коффи из 13 миль. Ну правда, это именно актер, который играл его. Даже голос такой тяжелый. По-моему, актер, который его играл, уже, по-моему, умер. Нифига себе.
Jesus, there's at least $1 million here.
Но они на все фальшивые, да? Или нет?
Boccherini's?
I'd be surprised. Probably his guests, and I doubt it was to pay Boccherini for his services. None of his forgeries are worth that much.
Значит, настоящий. Их парочку сюда бы, этих пачечек.
Carlo, I have the goods for OB, but I have to take the children to school tomorrow and I can't make the meetup. Friday, same time, same place. It's signed N.I.
These initials are getting to be a pain in the ass, right?
I have to take the kids to school tomorrow. I don't think this is some loving divorced daddy, Milton.
I take back what I just said.
The driver's license of one John Martinson and Osmond Burke. O.B.
Do we know him?
The eldest son of the richest family in Vermont, convicted rapist. He was arrested thanks to the testimony of his father, who wound up disinheriting him. He escaped from prison last week. He broke into the family home and slit the throats of all his relatives one by one, opened the safe and got away with a fortune.
They don't make jails like they used to. All starting to add up, isn't it?
Господи. Я не ожидал этого придурка здесь увидеть. Успокоишься, нет?
Milton! Milton! You're doing fine on your own, Mr. Ness. I believe in you.
Я так и думал, что здесь что-то нечисто. Просто так исчезнуть. Блин, что у него на лице? Рожа замотанная. Опять за ножик схватился, даже сколько можно, да? Ну, давай. Не, Милтон, ты сволочь, а?
He's coming back! Who's coming back? Him! The monster! The guy who killed Boccherini? He was a monster! Oh, get your hands off me, Negro! What was he like? Describe him for me. It was a monster. Red and black. I mean, his head reached the ceiling. He tore off his hands with his claws! It was a monster! A monster!
Should I hit him again?
Нет, пока с него достаточно.
Burke, shut up. You're Osmond Burke, right? Yes. Good. Now pay attention, Burke, because I have a question for you.
Записка.
Who wrote this note? Nikolai Ivankov.
Rings a bell.
One of Capone's right-hand men 20 years ago. What does this stuff about kids mean? I don't know. Calm down, Burke. You were going to meet up with him, right? Yes, at the docks, berth 42, right next to where the alligator 3 is moored. So what's the meetup time? Tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow. Tomorrow? No, it's going to be tonight. Don't get too comfortable. We'll be there in no time.
Больница.
You need painkillers. I hate the fact that I'm taking an interest in your health, but it's the law.
I'm afraid not, Mr. Ness. I have to take him to Alphonse.
Out of the question. I know his temper. He'll beat him to a pulp.
Listen, if the missing girl was your granddaughter, you wouldn't forgive me if I didn't let you see the only suspect who could lead us to her.
Okay.
Shucks.
What?
I thought that bloodbath would cover up the smell of stale grease. I was wrong.
С наступлением темноты. Да, этот эпизод очень прикольно получился, особенно вот это вести расследование, изучать место преступления. Прям реально вспомнилась игра LA Noir, натурально. Тут, конечно, мясо кровища еще. Хоть и все в черно-белом и красном цвете, но здорово смотрелось.
Delphine.
Oh, thank God you're here. The lights were off, so I thought that... I'm sorry. I got out of the hospital late. Then I went to the station to pick up Jim's check, and when they told me... I'm scared.
Of what?
What are you drinking?
Сок.
It's only juice. Juice and nothing else.
Breathe on me. You heard me. I'm sorry. It hasn't been a good day.
What's happened?
No! You knew!
Knew about what?
What's that gun doing there?
Тайна, полуправда, ложь. Тайна, тайна, тайна. А давайте полуправду скажем.
A guy I know is having trouble with a two-bit mafioso. He asked me to go with him, just in case. I didn't have to get it out.
Well, don't. Don't start taking on the Mafia. Not now. You really don't know?
No, I don't know. And if you keep up the guessing games, I'll never know.
He's back.
Who?
Him. I don't know why it still surprises me, but it's incredible that you were such a good detective, and yet you've never been able to understand people. Capone got out of jail.
Where'd you hear that?
Chief Jenkins.
Chief Jenkins? The same guy who said he was going to clean up Santa-Эсперанза, right? In that case, you can rest assured Capone just put on his striped pajamas, and in 4 minutes' time, he'll be snoring in his cell.
Elliot, what if it's true? If he's out, what's the first thing he's going to do? Who does he hate more than anyone?
Присяжное превосходство, старость. Старость.
He spent almost 20 years in jail. Capone's an old man. If he gets out, at most he's going to challenge me to a race to the nearest park bench.
Please, Elliot, don't joke. You're the only part of Jim's life that I have left. If you put yourself in danger,
Колено.
Please, no, but thanks.
Мафия, кухня, бокс. Кухня.
My hand? I burnt it cooking. Fried eggs are the devil's work.
What's going on, Elliot? We're closed.
Can you wait outside for a couple of minutes, Milton?
Sure, of course. Although, I'm sorry to say, but we're short on time.
Elliot.
Все нормально. Дело дельфина.
I said a couple of minutes, Milton.
It's all right. Goodbye, Elliot. You can use that couple of minutes to teach this gentleman some manners.
No, and it's none of your business.
Sorry to butt in. I've brought your rapist costume for the party. Seriously, you're not...
No, she's the wife of a friend who died in the line of duty, Jim Dockers.
Alphonse told me about him.
Your Alphonse killed him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Ness. Although he's not the same man he was. Anyway, isn't the deal with marriage until death do us part?
It's not that simple. There are other factors.
Верность, дружба.
Delphine and I have been friends a long time, and I don't have many friends. I can't risk losing her.
Right. So you like her, but you don't have the nerve.
Oh yeah? What would you do?
Women have never been one of my priorities.
I'm sorry?
Forget it. You screwed Alphonse good, didn't you?
I don't think he holds it against me this far down the line. He's a new man now, right?
Did you enjoy it?
Удовольствие.
Yes. I think it was the happiest day of my life. That bastard deserved it.
Maybe it was. Because based on what I've seen, from that day on it went downhill. Did they find those kids?
No. How do I look?
Like the invisible man in the movie. No one's gonna buy it.
Take it easy. Everything's going to work out fine.
Офигеть, его замотали. Вернее, сам замотался.
out fine, huh? You sure it's here?
Relax. It's just a little further. Just follow me.
Встретись с Иванковым. Окей.
This plan is suicidal. We're gonna die.
Оптимизм.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. And may I ask why?
It's not the first time I've done a job like this, and I never was any good at getting killed.
There's a first time for everything, my friend.
Milton, if you go on contradicting me, you're not going to get into your role. Don't forget, while we're here, you're supposed to be at my beck and call.
While we're here.
Hear that? Not bad.
A white boy who likes the blues. What's next? You gonna let the black man vote?
Так, куда нам идти дальше-то? Сюда? Нет? Отважным морякам с острова Святой Елены. Ну, думаю, что мы в верном направлении. Так, вы там с чем занимаетесь, ребят?
Hey you, where do you think you're going?
Доброжелательно? Властно. Властно
I'm here
ответим.
to see your boss, so do your job.
What did you just say, you freak?
Well, we tried being polite.
Kick him in the balls, honey.
It'd be my pleasure, Sweetie Chops.
Dakota.
Yeah, my pleasure, Miss Dakota.
Чтиво грубо. Ну, давайте ответим грубо.
Maybe you can kick me in the balls, but not him. I gelded him myself, like an ox. You can't imagine the kind of strength that gives.
Хорошо,
He could
шутка.
split your chest with a single headbutt.
And anyone else who gets in your way, Mr. Burke.
Ah, you got one of those uppity Negroes, I see.
Угрожать.
If he's like that with me, think what he'd do with you.
What the fuck? Who the hell do you think you are?
I'm Osmond Burke, and I have an appointment with your boss.
You're Burke. Why didn't you say so before? Come on in.
Да, не знаю, чуть мы сразу не сказали. Главное самообладание. Ну да, мы, конечно, я решил выбрать такую сильную сторону, то есть ответить очень жестко им. Попробовать, как оно будет вообще, с точки диалога именно будут возникать такие, что будут отвечать, потому что я обычно здесь как бы так учтиво и порядочно общаюсь.
What is that thing?
You really wanna know? Better off not asking.
Интересно, что там такое. Чего у них тут вообще происходит? Я что-то не понимаю. У них, походу, здесь своя атмосфера.
It's supposed to be here.
Where's the ship?
Looking for someone?
We arranged to meet Nikolai Ivankov at berth 42, but it looks like the ship isn't moored here. Has she set sail?
It isn't moored? Maybe she's sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
У него подводная лодка? Да ладно. Че, серьезно?
we punish children who behave badly, don't you? Yesterday, it was Juliet who behaved badly. Do you remember?
Uh-huh.
She hit Junior so she would finish ahead of him in the morning race. Do you know what we did to her?
Mm-mm.
Don't worry. You'll find out soon enough. Which do you prefer? The doll or the plush toy?
Кукла.
Ago, Mickey bit Tom so he could take his food. Do you know what we did with him?
Bruno says you killed him.
Bruno says many things. Which do you prefer, blonde hair or brown?
Каштановый выберем.
And today, you tried to escape. Do you know what the difference is?
No.
Juliet and Mickey hurt their friends so that we would not punish them. You tried to escape, but you did not harm your friends. On the contrary, you tried to help Bruno, putting your own life in danger. Very few children would do that. We are going to punish you. But in a different way than Juliet and Mickey. Bruno, on the other hand, did something very similar to them. He betrayed you to avoid being punished.
I'm sorry.
Which of these two drawings do you like best?
Блин, да мне не нравятся вообще рисунки. Я не буду выбирать.
I'm sorry.
О! Охереть, ребят. Просто взяли, отрубили ребенку руку. Красота в прямом эфире. Да, вот такие вот у нас, собственно, производят игрушки. Кто бы мог сомневаться. Собственно, теперь действительно все. Я просто реально думал, что игра закончилась, но нет. Но нет. Здесь гораздо все глубже и интереснее оказалось. Здесь какое-то реально оккультное общество, не знаю, занимается какой-то херней. И я реально думал, что там один человек. Нет, здесь гораздо больше. И присутствует, собственно, присутствует всякая оккультная хрень. Так что вот, ребят, если есть какие-то мысли, пишите в комментариях. Собственно, будет интересно узнать. Когда будет второй эпизод, мне пока неизвестно. Нужно посмотреть в интернете выход второго эпизода. Если вообще такой состоится, не знаю, как вообще примут, собственно, критики этот эпизод, или будет вообще второй эпизод. Посмотрим. Всего запланировано 5 эпизодов, но будем, собственно, ждать и надеяться, что он появится. Вот так. Ребят, ну а с вами был Дмитрий. Если вам понравилось все, ставьте пальцы вверх, подписывайтесь, пишите комментарии. Всем до свидания. Пока.